It's another sunny California day here. I have my summer hair going today. This is pool hair. We woke up, the weather was a little bit cooler. I normally wake up, I open up all the windows, and it was so cool this morning that I had to grab a sweater, and that's so exciting to me because I love fall and I'm really looking forward to it. So today I woke up and I just thought, I feel like just being in the kitchen. It's one of my favorite places to be. And for me, it's a lot of, I don't know if it's a nostalgic thing because I remember maybe a little bit of both, where I love to cook and just prepare different things in our kitchen. Of course, I make recipes for a living, but it's more than that. It's just that love of creating. And for me, the nostalgia part comes from my two grandmothers who were always in the kitchen. And when I think of both of them, that's where I picture them, like immediately. They both were amazing cooks and they spent a lot of time creating different dishes for us. And I in particular remember my grandmother, who was from Puerto Rico on my mom's side, and she would make this really super spicy, burn your mouth off chili that she would always have on the table whenever she served us. And I didn't enjoy it when I was a little kid, so we didn't put it on our plate, but into my late teens and into adulthood, it was something that we just had, and it would be served with meat or beans or eggs, just whatever she was making, she would put it on the table. And my daughter would not appreciate a really spicy type, but I'm gonna try to make today a version of that with sweet peppers instead of whatever peppers my grandma would use, and give it just a little hint of heat, not anything that she won't eat, because I'm really missing that. So we're gonna try to make that today. And every summer I make sun-dried tomatoes. I have not had any luck with my tomatoes. I don't know what the deal is. I filled in other bare spots as the season went by to grab by grabbing new tomato plants and planting new ones, and so there wasn't just a few in one spot, so I have them everywhere, and I normally have a pretty decent harvest, and this year it didn't go very well. But there's always next year, so it's fine. But I do have some Roma tomatoes that I picked up along with some other varieties from a local stand, and also our grocery store was having a good deal on them, so I'm just gonna make sun-dried tomatoes with those and have them packed in oil. I just thought I'd bring you in to the kitchen with me. I hope you have a good time being here. I'm gonna share whatever recipes I have to share with you below that I'll be making today, and I'm not quite sure exactly everything that I'm gonna go through, but I just want to have a calm and peaceful day in my kitchen, and I wanna bring you along, and I hope that you enjoy. Have my coffee here and our sweet peppers, and I probably should have got the sun-dried tomatoes going first because they take a few hours, but that's okay. I'm already here with the sweet peppers, and I'm just gonna chop them in like small little pieces. I might add just a little bit of heat very lightly with pepper flakes, but I haven't decided yet if I want to go. I think I'm just gonna do like where I taste it, see where it is, and kind of add heat from there, and balance it out with a little bit of sweetness if I need to, with some tomatoes and some onion. And I hope it comes out really well, because I think that would be really good with like an egg dish or even like a quiche, to put a little bit on the side of a quiche, or some beef or other meats, just as a little bit of a flavor component. Seeding the peppers turned out to be a little bit of a tedious job, and I decided to start the sun-dried tomatoes after chopping them. To make them, I cut the tomatoes into chunks to help break them down in the oven. I use any sort of tomato I have, although finding varieties that don't have a lot of liquid in them helps make the drying time shorter. Although completely optional, I do like to add a little extra virgin olive oil and sea salt before popping them into the oven. I bake these at a low heat for several hours until dried out. I ran out of granola this morning and need to make more. Today I'm doing a quick, simple granola with oats, honey, pumpkin seeds, cinnamon, and walnuts. I will share with you my classic granola recipe in the description box below. After washing out my large pan, it's time to make the sweet pepper chutney. I begin by coating the pan with olive oil, and to this I'm going to add the peppers and some chopped onion. I seasoned with just a little bit of sea salt and cracked black pepper, and then I'm going to let this cook for several minutes before adding anything else. We are also just about out of our ginger beer supply. I shared a full tutorial for how to make this just a few weeks back that I will link for you. And now to officially finish the last batch so that all my bottles are ready to be refilled. For those of you who have asked me why some of my baked goods are a little bit brown, almost as if I'm using brown sugar, you'll notice that the liquid is brown even before I put the bug inside there, and it's because I use this pure whole cane sugar, and this is the one I get. I don't know if it's any healthier than regular refined sugar, to be very honest with you, but I think just the fact that it's something pure and not refined, it makes me feel better about it. So I just wanted to share that with you because I know a lot of you have asked about the type of sugar I'm using. To our chutney, I have added diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, chopped garlic, a little brown sugar, red pepper flakes, and some white wine vinegar. The sun-dried tomatoes are about halfway. The granola is also cooled and ready to be put away. The chutney has a sweet and spicy flavor and is finally at the right texture. It is now the late afternoon and our sun-dried tomatoes are finally ready to be jarred. I pack them tightly into jars with olive oil and store them in the fridge. Inserting a knife to the sides helped me find any air pockets that are hiding on the bottom. For the blog, I've been working on a Mediterranean sourdough loaf. The recipe will be added to the description box below, along with my sourdough course if you are looking for a simple approach to learning how to bake with sourdough. After carefully measuring out my sourdough ingredients, I'm going to add chopped Kalamata olives, sun-dried tomatoes, olive oil, and rosemary. After a series of stretch and folds, the dough is then bulk risen and baked. This is the final result. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great week ahead. I will see you on the next one.